It's Chef Heather here. I miss you guys so much, but I'm excited to cook with you today, and I have a special video for you. We were gonna make this recipe in our last class, but I'm so excited to get to show you how to make it at home. Oh, I forgot to introduce you, my special helper. Can you say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
Henry.
This is Henry. And can you tell everybody how old you are?
5.
Henry's my 5-year-old, and he loves to cook. And what did we just do that's so important?
Wash hands.
We washed our hands. So friends, wiggle those clean fingers for me. Let me see you wiggling. Awesome. If you didn't remember to wash your hands, pause the video and go do that right now, because it's super important that we have clean hands when we're cooking. We are gonna make 2 recipes today. One, we're gonna make green French toast sticks. And there's 2 ways you can cook it, either in the oven or in a pan with your grown-ups' help. And because green food is fun all the time. It doesn't have to be just for St. Patrick's Day or a special holiday. I love green food. And this is a super easy, fun recipe to make. And then we're gonna make some rainbow skewers. Yes, Henry? Yeah, okay. Jack, my other son, is also over there, and that's what Henry was saying. So, thank you for cooking with us today. If you have any feedback or any questions, email me anytime, but we're gonna get started, right, buddy? Okay. All right, so these are the ingredients we need. We need bread, spinach, eggs, cinnamon, some milk, and some vanilla, and a blender. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is oil our pan to get ready for baking the French toast. If you're gonna cook your French toast in a pan, you can skip this part. So you wanna line your pan with either parchment or foil, and then we have a little bit of oil in a dish or a little bowl and a pastry brush, or you could also use cooking spray, but this part is just really fun for kids to help paint the oil on the pan. So dip 1 time in the oil, Henry, and then brush the whole tray with the oil. Yeah. This will help our French toast sticks get nice and crunchy and brown in the oven. You do a little bit over there. You could also use your hands if you want to get a little messy, but then you'd probably have to wash them afterwards. So have you guys been cooking at home? I'd love it if you send me pictures of what you're making or email me anytime with questions. I'd love to see what you guys are cooking up. All right, that looks awesome, Henry. Let's put that off to the side. Next, together, if you have a cutting mat or a cutting board, whatever you have, we're gonna cut our French toast sticks. We're gonna cut our bread. So this is a sharp knife, so Henry's gonna hold it with me. So we're gonna make our bread into 4 sticks. So first thing we're gonna do is saw. Cut it in half, and then cut each half in half. So you see how we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we get sticks of bread. And we're gonna put those off to the side. And then do 2 more. If your bread's a little smaller, you can just cut it into 3 sticks. Or what's also super fun is you can use a cookie cutter to cut it out into a shape.
Or
What?
you can cut them into cubes.
Well, that'd be kind of hard to bake. And you know what's really awesome about cutting into sticks? What do you think is easy to do after it cooks? Dip it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dip it into syrup. You guys like maple syrup? Do you like maple syrup, Henry? Yeah, or sometimes we make a sauce out of blueberries and maple syrup and cook it together.
Yeah, it's so good.
You like that, don't you? Okay, so we cut our bread. We're not gonna eat it yet, right? Because those are our ingredients. We don't eat the ingredients. Now Henry's, this guy is a master egg cracker. So he's gonna show you how to crack an egg. Ready? And always crack your eggs into a separate bowl, right? And have a towel on hand. If you don't have a towel, go grab one right now. So remember our little rhyme? Tap, 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 tap. Hear the crack. Oh, little more. You have to see the crack. Little more. Little more. Little more. Little more. Little more, bud. Okay, there, we see the crack? You guys see the crack? Thumbs in. Ready? Hold it sideways. Thumbs in. And pull them back. Pull. Yay! And if kiddos don't want to do this part, that's okay. Grown-ups, just do it. And we're going to wash our hands after. Did any shell get in there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. We'll just pull it out. Now wipe your hands and we'll do the second one. Ready? You're going to do this one all by yourself?
I need a break.
You need a break? Okay, you want mommy to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to put everything into the blender for me though, right? Because I need your help doing that. Okay, ready? Tap, tap. Hear the crack. Thumbs in. What's next?
Pull them back.
Pull them back. All right, we got 2 eggs.
Okay, so we got
All right.
Squish.
Henry's showing you his special tools. All right, put those in there just in case we need them. All right,
Like
so
we
go
need-
wash
we
your
cut the
hands
eggs.
right now after you
Eggs.
handled the eggs, and we'll be right back.
Bang.
All right, so we grabbed a blender, and Henry, can you pour the eggs into the blender for me? And we want to make sure they get into the center of the blender, so lift it up. Woo! Okay, now, what do you think makes the French toast green? Spinach! And you can't really taste the spinach, but it makes it super green. So we're gonna, oh, or he's having a snack. You wanna try the spinach? Go ahead, try a piece of spinach. What does it taste like?
It tastes like plants.
Like plants. Plants are good, right?
And
Are you a
salty
plant-
water.
Are you a plant eater like a dinosaur?
No.
No? Are you a meat eater dinosaur?
Yeah.
Okay. So meat eater dinosaur, can you please put a giant handful of spinach in with our eggs? Whoa.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Okay, add it in, bud. All right, next we're going to eat more spinach. You don't have to eat the spinach if you don't want to. Next, we're gonna measure our milk. So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys a fun trick. If you print out your recipe, that's great. But if you don't, you can just write it on a piece of paper. That way you don't forget what you need. Do you need some water, bud?
No, I just like.
That's another fun tip for cooking at home is always have some water nearby in case you're thirsty. So we've got our eggs in, we've got our spinach, and now we need some milk. So you can use whatever kind of milk you have at home. You can use almond milk, you can use cow's milk, you can use any kind of milk. So we need a 1/4 cup, which means you have to find the spot on your measuring cup that says 1/4. That's a 1/4 cup. Do you want to pour it with me? And then we put it down and we get down low and we measure. Nice. All right, can you pour that in the blender, bud? Milk goes in all the way in the center.
I wish I could do it to the side, but then
Yeah, but
it
what
would
do you
be
think
like
would-
a waterfall.
What do you think might happen if we pour it on the edge?
It would fall.
Yeah, it might dribble down the edge and then we'd lose it and waste it. We don't want to do that. Now we're gonna add a little cinnamon. Do you have your measuring spoons in your hair?
Yeah.
Can you get those out for me? Henry
Oh.
likes to keep his measuring spoons in his little apron pocket. So we need the smaller one, the quarter teaspoon. All right, will you show my friends how you measure? Oh, the smaller one, baby. This one. See, it says 1/4 on there. Okay, show my friends how you measure. We scoop it up full and level it off over the container.
We got a little bit.
That's okay. We spill a little bit. Now tap it off. Okay, cinnamon in there. Now we need your bigger one for the vanilla. Bigger spoon.
Bigger spoon.
Bigger spoon for the vanilla. Okay, hold it over. Nice and flat, and I'll fill it up and you dump. Ooh, dump. Nice. And the last thing we need is a little maple
Smells
syrup,
good.
but since we're gonna dunk it in the maple syrup, I think we'll just leave that out. If you're gonna eat this without dunking, you can add a little syrup in there. All right, we're gonna go blend this up. Does the vanilla taste good on its own? No. Yuck. Yuck.
Whoa.
We're gonna go wash our hands and clean up, and we'll blend this up and be right back. All right, we're over at our blender, and we're gonna do the countdown together, right? Let's start at 5.
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
2, 1. All right, we've got our green mixture, and now we're gonna pour it into a shallow plate or bowl. We don't want it overflowing, so if you have a little extra, that's okay. You can pour in more after. And then we're gonna use your little spatula. Put 1 piece of bread in our egg, and then use your spatula to gently press it down. Gently, like the side of it, like this. And then grown-ups, since we don't want our little ones playing in around the egg, you can either use a fork to turn it over, or your hands, or they can help with the spatula. So turn it over, and it should just kind of soak up the egg mixture for about 10 seconds. And then can you put another piece of bread in there? We're gonna transfer it to our pan and then keep going. Ready? We can do a couple at a time so it goes a little faster. You need help? Here, I'll hold this and you flip.
No, I don't have.
Okay, and like I said before, always keep a towel nearby in case there's any little spills. Oh, good transferring, bud. See, Henry's transferring it right to that oiled sheet we did. And if you want to cook this in a pan, you can just put these right into a greased pan and cook them like you would regular French toast. And if the bread gets a little too soggy and breaks on you, that's okay. Just bake it that way. Anyway, can you grab a couple more pieces? Good job. And the spinach likes to kind of settle to the bottom of the plate, so just give it a little stir every once in a while. Wow, you're making fast work of this, bud. Keep it up. All right, so we're gonna keep doing this, and then once they're done, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we've been dipping, and we are just about out of batter. So Henry, we're using our little toaster oven pan, but you can do this in a regular oven too. We're gonna wash hands. This is what they look like when they're all dipped. He did an awesome job. And we're gonna put these in the oven and then flip them halfway through the baking. Oh, and I forgot to mention you can use whatever kind of bread you like at home, just sliced bread. And we'll be right back. All right, guys, our second dish is gonna be rainbow fruit and veggie skewers to go alongside our French toast. And I have a little scavenger hunt for you. So with your mom or your dad or a grown-up helper, I want you to look through the fridge and find each color of the rainbow that you can find. If you don't have every color of the rainbow, that's fine, just find a couple. And I want it to be a mixture of fruits and veggies. So if you don't have red pepper, you could do tomatoes or you could do strawberries. If you don't have an orange, you could do an orange pepper, pineapple. We have some grapes and some cucumbers. Find whatever you guys have on hand and have some fun looking for those things. And then anything that's kind of big, we're going to chop up into little bite-sized pieces with our fun kid-safe knives. If you don't have a kid-safe knife, you can use a butter knife or have a grown-up help you saw through it with a paring knife, but that requires grown-ups help. So make sure you don't touch real knives or any knives, even kid-safe knives. You really need to make sure you ask for help first, okay? So go, stop, and pause, and make sure you have some fun, different colored fruits and veggies, and I'll be right back.
What's that?
You're also gonna need some kind of skewer if you have one. So lollipop sticks or these little skewers that I found at the grocery store. Skewer, you can cut these, but remember, these are very sharp. So the way, I'll show you later how we safely put them on there. If you don't have a skewer or a stick or anything, you can make patterns of colors on a plate and decorate your plate that way. I'll show you that later too. Okay, so first, you want to work on cutting everything into bite-sized pieces. So I'm gonna have a pepper, and grown-ups, you can cut the pepper or whatever food into a nice strip. And then kiddos, my chefs out there, you can work on sawing back and forth into about this size pieces. So once you have all of your food cut up in little pieces, so we have our pepper, our grapes, you also want to cut those. Grown-ups, you can help their, grapes are little, and we had some giant blueberries too, so I cut those in half too. Work together as a team to chop everything up. I have a little clementine orange. I'm going to cut those in half. So we've got our red, our orange. The banana is always really fun to cut because it's so soft. But make sure you're really gentle with the banana. So you want to saw back and forth, push down, and cut your banana into nice, even circles. Take your time, okay? So we've got our yellow. The outside of the banana is yellow, but that's okay. It counts still. And then I've got a cucumber. Make sure to always put whatever you're cutting flat side down on the board. And then we saw, hey Jack, would you like to help cut? No, you just want to watch? That's Jack. How old are you, Jack?
7.
7. Jack's 7. So he's a pro chopper. So we're gonna saw back and forth. We've got our green. So are you, Henry. We've got our orange, our yellow, our green, our blueberries, right? And our purple grapes. And now you can just put them in on whatever pattern you want. So I'm gonna show you how to safely put something on a pointy stick, okay? So you put whatever food you're working on down flat on your surface. You take your point and you stick it in the center, the middle of the food. Then you pick it up. It should be right on the point. And then you put your fingers around it. Can you see that? And push through. So you're not pushing it into your hand. You're pushing it between your fingers, and a grown-up can help you do that too. So I'm gonna do in rainbow order. So red, what comes next? Orange, yeah, that's right. So now I put the food down, push it through, and then we're gonna do yellow. Ooh, bananas are nice and soft, I like those. Then the green, what's this again? Cucumber, yes. So green cucumber. Then our blueberry. And then our grape. And we've got a rainbow. You can do it again, or you can just leave it like that, or you can work on patterns. So let's pretend we say our pattern is red, green, purple. Okay, so we're gonna do red, green. You can choose whatever pattern you want. Purple. Remember to always put the stick down and safely push it on. And then I'm gonna repeat the pattern. Red, yeah, safety is important. Red, what was after red? Green. Green. And then purple. All right, we did our pattern. Red, green, purple, red, green, purple. So you can choose at home, can choose whatever pattern you want. And then when you're eating them, you don't want to stick the stick in your mouth like this. You can either turn it sideways, take a little nibble that way, or you can just pull them off and eat them one by one. So we're gonna show you what our French toast looks like when it comes out of the oven, but it's still baking. So I hope you're having fun making some skewers while you wait. We'll be right back. All right, our super green French toast sticks are done. Look how awesomely green they are. You gonna try one? And we made a plate with a little maple syrup dip and our yummy fruit and veggie rainbow skewers. And now it's time to eat. So I hope you guys had a great time cooking with us, and feel free to email me or message me on Facebook or post to the Facebook group with any questions. And happy cooking, everybody. You say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Now, Mom and